So great to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I am representing my team, Meraki, and we're working to tackle sexual assault through smart jewelry and education, specifically on college campuses. I was on a college campus myself not too long ago when I began this project. And when I was there, I was learning about the very problem that we are trying to solve today, gender-based violence. I learned that 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted while in college in the US, people just like me. I learned that 2 million are trafficked into prostitution, forced labor, and slavery in the global South. And almost 1 in 3 women globally over the age of 15 have been subjected to sexual violence in their lifetime. This is what we know, and there's so much that goes unreported. There's also not a lot of prevention, and this is where Meraki comes in. Next slide, please. We are trying to take a little bit of a holistic approach to this solution to gender-based violence. So we've come up with smart jewelry and education programs to do so. With regards to the smart jewelry, we're looking to create culturally appropriate smart jewelry that has GPS, audio recording, and alarm capabilities to help prevent and process sexual assault cases. So let's pretend that a woman is feeling unsafe, a potentially dangerous situation, and she's wearing a Meraki bracelet. She activates the bracelet and it sends her GPS location to pre-programmed contacts, trusted contacts, to let them know that she needs immediate assistance and to show them exactly where she is. At the same time, an audio recording will begin, as well as a high-pitched alarm to hopefully deter perpetrators away. We know, though, that the technology is not something that will solve the issue of gender-based violence systemically, which is why we truly believe in education from a young age all the way through college-age students on topics such as empowerment, respect, and self-awareness and consent to be able to move even further in this issue. We've actually had 2 of our team members conduct education programs to schools in New Jersey, and they've gone through some classes of high school seniors to teach them about self-awareness, safety, and consent to prepare them for the realities of what it's like on college campuses. Now, both the smart jewelry and education can contribute a lot of data that can feed into systemic change. So we can gather from the smart jewelry things like where people are feeling most unsafe, when, how often. And from the education, we can learn about what messages are really hitting home to people and the audiences that we're trying to gather from the surveys through our education programs, as well as education that we do on social media. And all of this data together can feed into public safety programs or even the private sector innovation to help accelerate innovation in safety even more. And the impact that we can have is not only preventing assaults in the moment and increasing protection for individuals, but we can increase safety systemically via this actionable data, increase accountability for crimes, and overall reduce crime and help to achieve SDGs 5, 11, and 16 for gender equality, safer, sustainable cities, and better peace and justice. Meraki is a social innovation business, and so we will be selling the bracelet, education programs, and data to people who can pay for it. And we've gotten a lot of responses from customer discovery, from people who have said that they would pay over $100 for something like this. And with the profits that we can receive from that, we'll be able to subsidize bracelets as well as education programs for low-income communities, even in the global South. Now, prototyping is an expensive task and an expensive journey. So we're really hoping for your support here for that because any penny counts. And we also are aware of security and legal concerns and issues that we have recognized and are finding solutions for. While we are trying to tackle sexual assault on college campuses today, we see our solution as applicable to any sort of gender or non-gender-based violence and for any age. We hope that you'll continue with us to support us through this and make this happen and have a greater impact in gender-based violence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. So now I would like to see if any of the judges have any questions that they would like to ask. Judge Ursula, do you have any questions for Priyanka?
Sure, just a quick one. Thanks so much. I just wondered, you mentioned prototyping. I wondered if you had any further information on likely cost to produce a prototype, or any other kind of information on the likely financials for this. Thank you.
Yes. So in terms of prototyping, we are currently working on our MVP. We're in the first stages, and we're doing what we can to use the least amount of money possible to create something that's viable and that works, even though it's not the main design in our vision. But baby steps to it. What we've looked at is to be able to actually bring on the engineers that have the skills needed to develop this specific technology. We are looking at eventually about $100,000 to create the first couple of prototypes that are both visually appealing and functional. After that, we'll be looking into manufacturing and seeing how we can get the costs down that way.